Here, this is what we have been studying in the previous parts. Uh, we saw what is absolute positioning, what is relative positioning, moving elements, how the elements can be made visible as well as hidden, changing the colors and fonts of the elements, and then dynamic content using a simple object. Now, let us check out the remaining part: stacking of the elements, locating mouse cursor, and reacting to a mouse click. The stacking of the elements. Now, what do you mean by stacking of the elements? Stacking of elements is nothing but how the contents or the controls on the screen are placed one above the other. Um, Let us learn it as in when we go through the program. Uh, Now, what we have done here is we have got a style tag. Let us check out what is there inside later, which is style tag is inside the head tag. Inside the body tag, we have included certain elements. Um, Here, H1, the heading, then a image. We have included an image, and then one particular button and paragraph. Then a Java script. So here, include a image. This is the source of the image. Specify the attributes like width and height. Now the ID for this image is given as img1. Then I've include a button. When the button is clicked, my function is called, which is defined here. Uh, this is the text which will be displayed on the button. Uh, Now, if we come to the attributes, now we had seen this selected tags. Now, using hash, we can use selected tags. Now, so these properties will be applicable wherever the hashtag is img1. For whichever attribute the hashtag is img1, there these properties will be applied. Now, we already have seen what is the position attribute. Now we have to give absolute here. Then left is equal to 0 and then top is equal to 0. We have specified this as 0. We can change it also in case if required. Then there is a unique property which is called as Z index property. Now Z index property defines the depth of the particular component which is displayed on the screen on the HTML document. Now, by default, the Z index value is 0. So all the components are having the same Z index value, that is 0. Now what we have done is we have made the Z index value of this element, which is recognized by the img1, whose ID is img1. So this image is Z index 1. What we have done, we have specified this, we have changed this to -1. So by default the value is 0. Now what happens is when the user clicks on the button, my function is called. Inside my function, get element by ID img1. So we are obtaining this particular element's ID, and then style dot z index is equal to 1. Now from -1, we are changing the z index value to 1. Here what happens is initially the image which is being displayed will be on the background. The moment we click the button, when the function is called, we are changing its z index value. Now this will remain common. If the document dot get element by ID, in bracket you're supposed to pass the parameter where you want to make the changes, then style, and then which property you want to change. Now from -1 we have made it to 0. Sorry, -1 to +1. Execute this. You can just check out. We have the image which is there on the background. Now all other tags, for example, this is heading, Z index is 0, button Z index is 0, and paragraph also Z index is 0. Only for the image we have put Z index as -1. Now when we click on this one, its Z index changes to 1. So everybody else's Z index is 0, and then this image's Z index is 1. So obviously it will come to the foreground. So that is how we change the uh, index property. That is this particular thing is called as the stacking of the elements. Okay, let us move on to the next one. How to find the coordinates of the mouse. Uh, Check out the mouse click, how the mouse cursor movement, or you can say the movement of the mouse. So HTML body h2. Now when on click, when we click on this particular text, now we are displaying certain text. So when we click on h2, we are calling a method which is called as show coordinates. Now show coords passes one particular object, which is a object event. So whenever a event happens, then that particular event is listened by this particular object and passed on here. And then one paragraph displaying some text, and then paragraph demo id is equal to demo. Now the function show coordinates, which is having event as the object. So what is event? Event is one activity which happens inside the HTML document. So that is passed as parameter over here. Now when show coordinate method is called, now what we are doing is events.screen x, events.screen y. So those are stored in variables x and variables y. Then what we are doing, coords, one variable, printing the value of x and then printing the value of y. Now where we are printing that value, get element by id demo dot inner html. So wherever the value demo is there, here, there inner HTML is a parameter which replaces the values with the coordinates values. So the coordinates values which are obtained from event.screenx, event.screeny. So the x value of event, x value of y value of event. So where is the event happening? Event is happening here in h2, which is the event on click. So if we click on h2, that event details are passed. From the event details, that is event object, we are obtaining the x coordinate value, y coordinate value, and then storing in x and y. Once this is done, we are displaying the values of x and y. Where these are displayed, where these values are displayed, inner.html, that is the location where demo is there. Where is demo? Demo is the paragraph type. So essentially what this does is displays four elements. When we click on h2, a method is called which passes the event as the parameter. Now we have seen event at the beginning of this particular unit. Now we obtain the x value and y value of the location where the event happened, the click happened, store it in variables x and y, and display it in a location where demo is specified. How do we display it? Document.get element by id, the variable name, id name, and then dot inner html is equal to coordinates. So coordinates is the value which we have specified over here. Now if we run this, can just check now what we are supposed to do here. Click on the h2. The moment we click on h2, will display coordinates 415, y coordinates. Now, y coordinate will not change here because it will be same. X coordinates, wherever we click, it will remain as it is. Somewhere little bit of small change is there, but for the y coordinate, but not a major change because small portions of the mouse cursor will be up and down. So that is how we determine the mouse movements. Similarly, on the similar basis, we have got a simple example of the mouse click. Now, how do we identify the mouse click? H1, very simple example. On click, this dot, you can use the this attribute, which will represent the current object. I came here since you clicked. Now, it will display this particular text. Click on the text. Run this. Click on the text. It will be displayed by the text, which we have specified as this dot inner dot html. So automatically the value is taken.